So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Colleen Hernandez, and today we're going to be reviewing the Fraser benefits for the 2021 plan year. I see a couple of familiar names on the chat over here. I'm happy to announce that we are able to keep the exact same benefits again for this upcoming year. So if you're happy with your plan, you will have the ability to keep that plan. This is the open enrollment period, though, so it is important that you make sure you're electing the plan that best suits your needs because you are stuck with that election for the next 12 months. You can make changes to your election if you have a qualifying event. Qualifying events are going to include instances such as marriage, divorce, birth, if you had coverage under your spouse's plan and now you've lost coverage. If your spouse lost coverage through no fault of their own, then you can add a dependent to the plan, but the plan itself will still remain the same. Bottom of the first page is a refresher on how you can locate participating doctors as well as participating dentists. And let's take a peek at page number 2, talk about our medical benefits. I'm not going to go over them line by line. I'm going to give you a high-level overview, and if you have any questions, please stop me. But I know everyone is familiar with these plans because we've had them now for the last several years. Plan that the majority of the employees are on is the Simplicity plan. The Simplicity plan and the HMO 11, they both utilize the exact same network with the HMO Premier network. So doctors are going to be exactly the same on the two plans here. The Simplicity plan, though, is a copay only plan. That means there's no deductible, there's no coinsurance. Every single covered service has an applicable copayment. All of your copays are going to roll to your out-of-pocket maximum, which on this plan is $5,000 for an individual, not to exceed $10,000 for your family. Did want to point out that your preventative care on this plan, as well as all of the other plans, absolutely free. You'll also have free laboratory services as well as diagnostic x-rays. Aside from that, on this plan, you're going to have a copay. Please note that your hospital copay for an inpatient hospitalization is going to be a $700 copay per day for the first 3 days. After that, you're covered at 100%. So if you are hospitalized, you could spend up to $2,100 on that hospitalization. Emergency only coverage outside of the network, but this is a large national network, so you should have no problems remaining within the network. Copays for prescription drugs, you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and then specialty or non-preferred specialty pharmacy. And everything is going to be covered as shown. I do want to point out that you get a discount if you opt to get prescription drugs via mail order. Instead of paying 3 copays for a 90-day supply, 1 copay every single month, you can get a 90-day supply via mail order and only pay for 2.5 copays. So you're saving yourself a little bit of money there. The next plan we're going to talk about is the HMO 11. This plan is heavy in copays, meaning there's a lot of copays. However, there are some instances where you're going to have deductible and coinsurance. For example, inpatient and outpatient hospitalization. If you are hospitalized, you are responsible 100% up to your deductible. So you're going to pay the first $1,000. And then after, you're going to pay 20% of the remaining bill for an additional $3,000. So what that really means is that an inpatient hospitalization could cost you $4,000 on this plan. Another thing to make note of is that your copays will go on forever in this plan. Any single time you have a copay, you will always have that copay. On the very first plan we talked about, once you meet the $5,000 individual out-of-pocket maximum, your copays will stop, meaning you will no longer have any kind of member responsibility for anything that has a copay. Again, there's going to be emergency-only coverage. You have a full drug card on this plan as well. Last plan we're going to talk about is the point of service plan, the NPOS plan. This plan you must elect if you reside outside the state of Florida. It does offer a slightly, and I mean very, very slightly, larger network. This plan is available for every single person. Your deductible on this plan is $3,000 for an individual, $6,000 for a family, and then you would have 20% coinsurance for an additional $3,000 for an individual or $6,000 for your family. Out-of-network coverage on this plan is available. However, you are going to be responsible for a greater amount if you choose to go outside of the network. Also, full prescription drug coverage here. I know that these plans have been in place the last few years, so I just want to take a second and see if anybody had questions on the medical at all.
So, Colleen, with the plan, the third plan, you see there is, if you scroll, NPOS 11, if you scroll down, if you could scroll down for me a little bit more. So there we go. So the calendar year deductible is $9,000, correct?
Nope, that is out of network. You'll notice that says non-network on top of it. So the deductible in the network, which is going to be this little first section over here, this is all your in-network expenses. Let me get a little bit further down. That's all in-network. Above that blue line, light blue line. So your in-network deductible is $3,000 for deductible. Then you have the 20% coinsurance for an extra $3,000 for the out-of-pocket maximum. This is your out-of-network benefit, which you'll notice is substantially greater. So you're going to be responsible for more.
So for an individual on plan number 3, the maximum they would pay is $6,000.
No, that is not correct. You have the only thing included in your out-of-pocket maximum on plans 2 and plans 3, so the HMO middle plan and the NPOS plan, you have a deductible, and then you have separate from the deductible your out-of-pocket maximum. In your out-of-pocket maximum, you'll notice this line right here. It only includes your coinsurance. So you'll pay your $3,000 deductible on the NPOS plan. Then you'll pay 20% for an extra $3,000. So you as an individual could actually have a $6,000 out-of-pocket maximum for an individual, a $12,000 out-of-pocket maximum for a family, and then your copays would go on forever. The HMO plan, it's $1,000 for an individual and an extra $3,000 worth of coinsurance. So that's $4,000 plus copays forever for an individual, $8,000 for a family plus copays forever.
Got it. So $4,000 with the second plan and $6,000 with the third plan, correct?
That is one way to look at it, yes, for an individual.
That would be that would be the maximum.
Plus your copays.
Yes, of course, the copays there. But with plan number 1, copays are included in the out-of-pocket maximum. So let's say you go to a doctor, pays $100 this week. You go next month, you pay another.
If you go to the doctors, you're never going to pay $100. You'll pay either 40 or 65.
Just for mathematical reasons. So let's just say you spend $100, then you spend another $500 in another month or so. So that's $600 right there. So if you end up in hospital and you have to pay the out-of-pocket max, that would be you're just going to pay the $4,000 up to $4,400.
Nope. Correct? So No, on this plan, let's say you had spent $600 already in expenses and then you're hospitalized. If you're hospitalized for 1 day, you're only going to pay $700. If you're hospitalized for 2 days, you're going to pay $1,400. If you're hospitalized for 3 to 1,000,000 days, you're going to pay $2,100. That's all you're going to pay for the hospital then. So that means you've only paid $2,700 so far this year.
Got it. Okay. And then if you're hospitalized again, then, you know, it'll be
another $2,100, which puts you at $4,800 in out-of-pocket expenses. And then if you're hospitalized the third time, you're only going to pay $200 for that hospitalization.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Colleen.
You're welcome. Please, if anybody has questions, please.
Yeah. So I have to go with the third plan, clearly, Florida. So on the, so for that one, on the hospitalization, minimum I would pay would be $3,000 because that would, or actually 20% after $3,000.
For another $3,000, so you could ultimately be responsible for $6,000 for that hospitalization. Yes.
Okay, but I mean, I don't have another choice. I mean, it seems to me like the first plan is the least money out of pocket for employees. Would that be correct?
So it's the least out of pocket for catastrophic services, but if you're looking, the copays on this plan are going to be larger for your commonly utilized services, such as your primary care, your specialist, your emergency room, your urgent care, your advanced imaging. You're paying more each time for those services under the first plan, but yes, worst case catastrophically, the first plan would cost you less out of pocket.
Right. And I mean, you'd have to go to the doctor an awful lot to match, you know,
correct,
for that much money as the NPOS. Okay. Right. I think. So, okay, one more question. I'm sorry.
No problem.
So basically on the NPOS plan, I would have to pay $6,000 annually in order to be covered 100% for standard, or like your primary office, your specialist.
Those copays will go on forever indefinitely on that plan or the plan in the middle. Okay.
So I guess my question is two plans don't seem that great. So what is the benefit of those two plans then? It's just what our options are?
Right. You're going to have lower copays for the doctors. So if you're somebody who is healthy and not going to use the benefit, you can say, okay, I'm going to go with the cheapest option and that's fine, whatever. If you're somebody who's going to go to the doctors a couple times but nothing else, you might opt to pay a little bit more to have the lower copays because you're not planning on having any hospitalizations. And then you yourself, who has no other option, you're going to take the NPOS because it's that or nothing, only because of the geography of your residence.
I gotcha. All right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, at this point, I'm happy that I don't have to use it very often anyway, but you know, okay.
And I believe a couple of years ago, we looked into things for you, and I know that you opted for a lower payroll deduction as opposed to going with a higher payroll deduction, which you're then paying more for a benefit that you may really not ever use.
Right. I understand. Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, Colleen.
Yes.
I sent you an email on flexible spending account options.
Is your name Eugene?
Can you? Yes.
Okay. So yes, we do not offer a flexible spending account currently for the group. So that is not an option right now. That is something that we can definitely consider offering in the future. And I did make a note on that. so we can circle back with the group at a later time and decide if that's something they want to implement.
Oh, for subject enrollment, not a valid option.
I'm sorry, I think somebody's listening to it on their phone and on the computer. I'm so sorry, what did you say?
What I said is that it's not an option for current enrollment. Is it correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question real quick. I just wondered if you could tell us what the cost per paycheck would be if you added a spouse or for your family.
The per pay costs are available on Employee Navigator, so we are going to look at that in just a couple minutes as soon as we're done reviewing all of your benefits. So I'll show you where to go to find it, and we'll actually see it up on the screen shortly.
All right, great, thanks.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm looking at my current card that it says HMO Premier Open Access. No, is that the same as the Simplicity? There's no referrals required, or?
There's no referrals required on any of the plans. They're both HMO Premier Network plans, so I would have to look at you specifically to tell you what you're on, and I can show you where to find that in Employee Navigator when we're done reviewing all of the benefits.
Okay, I just wanted to see if it was the same as what I currently had. All right, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions about the medical? Okay, page number 3 is just a review of some of the prescription drug programs that are available to you to help you save a little bit of money. Walmart, Winn-Dixie, they're going to offer $4 for a 30-day supply of medication, $10 for a 90-day supply of medication. Publix offers free antibiotics and some routine maintenance medication completely free to you. The other program that I wanted to point out was GoodRx, and this is a website where you're able to type in the name of your medication and your zip code, and it's going to pull up pharmacies in your area that have the medication, and it'll tell you the cost for that medication at that pharmacy. Then my favorite feature, especially if you're somebody who's going to end up on a specialty medication where you're ultimately responsible for a percentage of the cost, is GoodRx will have a link for any manufacturer coupons for that particular prescription to help save you even more money. Some of the coupons say pay no more than $25. Some of them say we're going to pay $100 for you per prescription. So it really can help save a lot of money. Next, it is a reminder about the Humana Vitality program that you get if you enroll in any of the medical plans. The Humana Vitality program is Humana's wellness program. You're going to get points for getting your annual physical. You're going to get then additional points based upon how you scored in that annual physical. Was your cholesterol within range? Was your blood sugar good? And then you'll also get additional points for exercising, completing 10,000 steps. You can link different apps to it to feed directly over. You'll get points if you complete a marathon and upload a picture. And all of those points can be converted to prizes. So a lot of this is going to be stuff that you're already doing that you could be earning points for. The next page talks about Doctors on Demand, which is Humana's virtual telemedicine benefit built into all of the plans, 24/7 access to a licensed medical doctor, and the cost for this plan is going to vary anywhere from nothing to $49 depending upon the plan that you enroll in, but you will notice that $49 even at the high end is definitely less than any emergency room visit. Great benefit with, hey, I'm not feeling well, I have pink eye, I think I have the flu. They're able to meet with you virtually, and it is a licensed medical doctor, and they are able to prescribe prescriptions, and it'll be ready at the pharmacy for you to pick up by the time you get there. With this benefit, I always advise people to register ahead of time because you will need to complete a medical questionnaire just like the first time you're with any new doctor of your current conditions, if you have any allergies, etc. You only have to do it one time, then it will stay with you forever. The next page just talks about your Humana mobile app. Wonderful tool where you can get a picture of your ID card. You can locate your explanation of benefits. You can look up and find your in-network facilities. You can get a cost comparison where it will tell you how much an MRI would be at this place versus this place. So definitely a great tool. And bottom is going to be steps on how you can, additional information on what you can find on the Humana portal, which is humana.com. Any questions about any of the medical benefits now? Perfect, moving right along. Your dental benefits are again available through Humana, haven't changed at all whatsoever. You have two different plans to choose from. First plan is the DMO plan. On this plan, you must pick a dentist and see a dentist. You can change the dentist that you are assigned to at any point in time, but you must first pick up the phone, call Humana, and change your dentist. Then every single covered treatment will have an associated copay. This plan does have orthodontia for both children and adults. Second plan option is the PPO plan. This PPO plan has a larger network of in-network dentists. There is no annual limit to this plan. You guys have the richest PPO plan out there, being that there is no limit. A lot of the other plans with Humana, as well as other carriers, limit you to the amount of money that they will pay on your behalf. This is unlimited. So as long as you need the care and service, you're going to be able to receive money from Humana to help you pay for it. Preventative care inside of the network, you're not responsible for anything. In the network, if you have any basic care, such as a filling, a root canal, periodontal scaling, or root planting, which are those deep cleanings, or if you need an extraction, you're responsible for 20% after your deductible, which is a $50 individual deductible, not to exceed $150 for your family. Any major work in the network, you're paying 50% after you pay that deductible. Once you pay that deductible, that's it. You've satisfied that deductible, and it's only going to be your co-insurance, that cost share that you pay. You do have the option of going out of network, but it is going to cost you more. You're going to be responsible for 50% after the deductible for both basic and major services. And any preventative services, you're going to pay 20% for. Any questions about the dental at all? We're going to continue to offer the vision benefit through Humana again. Both in and out of networks available. Both in and out of network benefits are available to you to use just like any other plan, though. You're going to get more benefit if you stay within the network. You can get an eye exam every single 12 months, new lenses, either contact lenses or lenses for your glasses every 12 months, and then new frames every other month. Every other year. So once every 24 months, can you get the new frames? If you opt to purchase frames on a year that you don't have the benefit available to you, that just means that you're not going to get the $130 allowance. You're still going to get a discount for having the insurance, just Humana's not going to pay the $130 allowance for you. Any questions about the vision benefit? As a reminder, each and every individual receives a $15,000 life insurance benefit paid for by Fraser, and open enrollment is the time to just review your beneficiaries. Also, as part of the Humana bundle, you have an employee assistance program. This employee assistance program offers unlimited telephonic and online support. You'll have over here your app username and password, EAPT. You can also call in to 1-800-448-4358 right over here. This is a wonderful tool, especially right now. I know that life looks very different this year than it has in past years, and things can be very overwhelming. Sometimes it's nice just to get an outside opinion on things. There's also tools available for budgeting and such, so that whether it's your financial well-being, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, there is help available. The things that they can assist with are endless, honestly. It's anything that could help you as an employee, which is the reason it's an employee assistance program, is available through this resource. So keep in mind that this is absolutely free and confidential. So neither your employer nor myself will know who called or what they called about. Last page is going to review the logon instructions. This is going to be information on how you will register as a new user. However, most of you have been there and already signed up for benefits in the past, and therefore you will be an existing user. We have encouraged everyone to try to use employer email addresses or personal email addresses as their user ID. However, they could have been whatever you chose. If you do not know what your user ID is, please feel free to reach out, and I am happy to share that information with you. If you forget what your password is, though, there's a little link that you're able to click on to reset a password, and you'll get an email with a link to then click on and choose your new password. Bottom of the page over here has the most important information. It has all of your carriers' names, telephone numbers, and websites. Plus, you have information on both myself, Colleen Hernandez, and Debbie Rito on here, including our phone numbers and our email addresses. What I did want to show you, though, was how you can sign in to look at your benefits. So everybody's going to go to employeenavigator.com. You're going to click login. Returning users are going to enter their username and password. Right over here, reset a forgotten password should you happen to forget it. If you are a brand new user, never registered for the site, you're going to click on register as a new user. You're going to enter all of this information. Your company identifier is Fraser Yachts, no space, capital F, capital Y. If you are a brand new user and it says that it cannot find you, that is because there is something that doesn't match between what you're entering and what I have in my system. So please reach out to me and I can look into that for you. Once you log in, this is the screen that you will see. This little green button over here, though, will say start enrollment and not finish enrollment, but I've already gone once through just so that I can look and test everything out. So what you do is you're going to click on finish enrollment. You're going to hit get started. You're going to go screen by screen to confirm your information. Save and continue. Next, you're going to confirm your address. If you have moved, you are going to click edit, update your address, and then save and continue. Next, this is where you can enter your spouse or child's information. If everything is correct, you're going to hit save and continue. If you have no spouse, no children that you are covering, it will be blank and you can hit save and continue to move on. Add a dependent, very simply add the dependent at the top. Save and continue. Next, here's information on your medical plan. You'll see right over here it says medical. Down here at the bottom, if you want to enroll your spouse, there must be a little green check mark next to the name. You can also click compare, and it'll bring up all of the costs per paycheck for each of the different plans, and then all of the benefits. Everybody that is currently enrolled in the top right-hand corner will be something that is going to tell you what your current benefit is. This test employee never existed last year, so therefore there is no current benefit. Other thing that I want to point out is when you go to the dental page, if you elect the DHMO dental plan, you must choose a dentist. It'll take you to the link where you can locate the Humana dental website and locate a dentist. Then you're going to click add to add their information and then save and continue. If you want to skip ahead and go from the dental to look at the EAP for a second, you can navigate through on the little navigation bar on the side by just clicking view steps and then choosing the field that you want. Once you go through all of your different benefits, you're going to come to the enrollment summary. It says enrollment not complete. And that's because I've chosen an HMO medical plan, so I need to choose a doctor. I chose an HMO dental plan, so I need to choose a doctor, and I can tell because I have those little orange dashes next to it. Also, I'm enrolled in the life insurance, and I didn't choose a beneficiary. So once I go back in and complete the errors, then I'll have a little green button, a gray sign and complete. You're going to click on that, and then you are done. Does anybody have any questions at all? I put my number and my email address up on the screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. And if you have any personal questions, I'm available after this call to answer. But any generic questions, I'm happy to take right now.
So Colleen, just to go over, if you have any errors on the right-hand side bar, it will not let you complete your enrollment, correct?
Right. It will say enrollment not complete, and it says please complete the required highlighted steps from your enrollment progress menu, which is on the right-hand side over here.
Right.
Yes. So you cannot complete it, and you will be on the uh-oh list.
So just to make sure that everybody completes this, the deadline is what, 15th of December, correct?
I was under the impression that it was the 14th.
Okay, 14th, all right. So 14th of December, everybody has to go online and make sure they elect if they are enrolling or not. And either way, we do offer free life insurance benefits, so everybody must complete this assignment by the 14th. Immaterial if you're choosing medical benefits or not. You still have to elect for the life insurance, so you need to do this immaterial of health insurance.
Correct. So every single person must go on and elect or decline their benefits.
Any other questions, ladies or gentlemen?
No, all clear. Thank you.
Excellent. And I'm going to be sending the link for the recording. So I will send that over to you, Fatima, and you can distribute to everybody, okay?
Perfect. And I'll also let them know that they need to go in and elect for the life insurance immaterial if they're choosing medical benefits or not.
Excellent.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you so much for this session. It has been very informative. And if we have any questions, they have your name and number on the screen as well as on the benefits guide. So they can contact you directly or they can call me and I will reach out to you as well.
All right. Excellent. Sounds great. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. And I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.